Hey guys, my name is Lindsay Ell. I'm hanging out with Premier Guitar today to teach you all about improvisation. Don't be scared of improv. I was when I was a little girl and I just started playing, and I want to be here today to tell you that it's not something to be scared of. And I want to show you like a few little tips and tricks that I used when I just started playing to kind of get you to jump into the waters, so to speak. With me today, I have my guitar. His name is Jeremy. I travel with him all over the world, so I thought I'd bring him along today. And so let's get into it. So I want to start with talking about pentatonic scales. To me, they are the easiest ways to sort of starting improvisation. They're simple scales, they're 5-note scales. So your major pentatonic scale has the root, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then you're back at the beginning. So that's theory talk. But for our sake talk, it basically is a 5-note scale. And it simplifies it so that you can play these scales and shapes up and down the neck, and they're connected from your 1st fret all the way up to your 12th fret, and you can really get around chord progressions without having to worry about so many notes, so to speak. Now your minor pentatonic is also a 5-note scale. It is the root, the flat 3, the 4, the 5, and the flat 7. And that brings you back to the root. So it's a 5-note scale as well, and having the 4 and the 5 and the flat 7 in there give you some really cool bluesy tones. Now my favorite thing to do with your pentatonics is when you can take a major pentatonic and a minor pentatonic and play them over top of one another. Not every chord progression is going to lean itself to doing that, but when you do find a chord progression that does give you that magic, it is really cool. And some of my favorite guitar players, like from the Allman Brothers or even John Mayer, Keith Urban, use this every show they play. So let's get into it. So one thing that helped me a lot when I was learning my major and minor pentatonic scales was learning that they are the same shapes. It's not like you need to learn completely different scales for minor pentatonics as major pentatonics. They're the same scales, they just start at different places. I started with my minor pentatonics first. I sort of patterned them out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my first pentatonic scale that I learned was, let's play A minor pentatonic. So this was pattern 1 to me. That was pattern 1. This was pattern 2 to me. Again, you can refer to the PDF below this lesson. So that was pattern 1, pattern 2. Now the great thing about all of your major pentatonics is they're the same, but they just start with pattern 2 as I learn them. So the first pattern that you would start with from your root note would be the pattern 2 of the minor pentatonics that I learned. So you'd start with this one. So instead of your minor pentatonic starting with your root note, on your 6th string being here, you start with the 2nd pattern here. So you can understand why they can overlap, and all of a sudden how a minor pentatonic is the same as C major pentatonic, because you're sharing this note, and that's where the patterns connect. So don't get discouraged. Pentatonic scales are really easy. They're actually really easy. If you learn the patterns, you'll get them under your fingers, and you'll just see how easy they are to play over pretty much any song. Some of the ways that I stay creative when I'm improvising is I listen to guitar players that I love to listen to. For instance, Derek Trucks is one of my favorite guitar players on the planet, and he is so effortless with the way he phrases things and really uses major and minor pentatonics completely seamlessly. And you can hear it a lot, but I'd say to start with, learn some of your favorite solos, whether it's you want to learn the solo of Hotel California. I mean, that's actually a great solo to learn all of the different positions in the neck, and it connects all of your pentatonic scales. So pick out a solo that you've always been wanting to learn and learn it. you'll be able to actually apply some of these techniques, and then it'll make those pentatonic scales make so much sense. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me today. I am going to play it out.